Hello, hello. Good morning or brunch time, whatever you want to call it. My morning's been going so smoothly and I've accomplished so much already today. Um, my son, one of my sons. Anyways, excuse the messy hairdo. Of course, it's not about beauty right now. It's about who the boss is. I had to come on here because I was inspired to come on and share some stuff and find out what everybody is up to today on their Saturday. Good morning, Teresa. Arlene, hey girl. Good morning, Tammy. Share where you guys are chiming in from around the world, if you're local or Australia or the United Kingdom. I absolutely love connecting with everybody from all over the world. I think it's so awesome that we have this kind of technology to connect with people throughout the world. You know, you hear a lot of people complaining about, Facebook sucks or you're spending too much time on Facebook. Well, I guess it just depends on what you're doing with your time on Facebook, right? I don't sit around playing on Facebook, reading everybody's sob stories and complaints about life and wishing their life was better or worse. I do love holding people in prayer and especially when they reach out for prayer. I'm one of those prayer warriors. Hello, Tammy. Where are you chiming in from, girl? Arlene, my lady. I have my granddaughter. Yay! Awesome. Are you going to post pictures, Arlene? So check it out. I got this T-shirt. Like, I totally had to get it. It says, "I'm not like a boss. I am the boss." So I titled the Facebook Live today about who's the boss. Well, we all are. We're all bosses when you're showing up in life, right? Anyways, so let me know where you're calling. Well, not calling in from. I'm not on my podcast. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm just finishing up my morning. I've been up since 5, and oh my gosh, the downloads have been just absolutely amazing, and I'm so inspired and just in aligned action with the content that I'm sharing with people. Hi, Aunt Cindy. I've just been so inspired, and so a lot of my family and friends who sometimes come on here, like my aunt, Karen Nelson. Thank you. I know, isn't it cute? I love it. I also scored me a sweatshirt because we're starting to get some chilly weather over here in Helena, and it says "good vibes" and like big words. I love it. I'm like excited about finding shirts with little sayings or hashtags. And look, I just looked at the clock and it said 3:33. How awesome is that? It's the live timer. Anyway, oh, and then look, there's 3 viewers. That's pretty cool. You woke up at 3. Sorry that your knee is killing you, Arlene. Look that up on Louise Hayes, The Emotional Connection for the Knee. It's all about the ego. So, yeah, so I wanted to come on here. And the reason why I was like drawn to this shirt was, I mean, you can look at boss from many different perspectives, right? Like, I love some of the Facebook groups that there's some that I'm in. One's called Boss Babes. Oh my gosh. You know, and then when you think of boss, you think immediately of your boss at your job. It's funny what people attach to the meaning of words. Like, when you just think about this, when I say the word boss, what comes to your mind about your boss? If you have one of those, some of you might have some pretty nasty things to say about them, or you might have some amazing things to say about your boss. For me, I'm fortunate. I get to work from home, and I take care of my daughter and raise her from home. Well, obviously from home, but I get to raise her. not get to, I shouldn't say get to. It's because it's a blessing for me that I'm able to be here with her and run a business from home at the same time. So it's definitely something that is challenging at times, and then there's times that it's not, right? And so, but what I mean by boss for me, what drew me to the shirt was like, I'm the boss of my mindset. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a mindset transformation life coach. And I'm all about the mind and the way it works and how we're being in life and how we show up and how we're creating and manifesting the life that we desire. And so, Arlene, laugh out loud. I'm serious. Go look that up. Just type in Google Louise L. Hayes, emotion connection to the knee. And it's all about ego. And then what I would do, because this is what I do if I experience any discomforts in my body, you know, I mean, I know your situation for yourself specifically, Arlene, but I believe, strongly believe, and in my own experience of life, and someone who has suffered from what they diagnosed me as with having a fibromyalgia, degenerative disc disease, bone spurs, and all arthritis and all this stuff. And then, of course, PTSD, depression. I mean, you name it, they had diagnosed me with that stuff. And at that time, yes, that was true in my mind, that I was living from that place of pain and suffering. And however, in my own personal transformation, when it began, my journey of transformation began, I began to discover for myself that I'm the boss of my mind, and I'm the only one responsible for what I'm manifesting in my life. And hello, Anne. Sorry, I just saw a thing pop up there. Good morning, Anne. Anyways, so I'm the boss of my mind, and my question for you is, are you the boss of your mind? And I'm not talking like boss, like in a hierarchy kind of boss, or a boss who is, you know, like in a negative way kind of boss, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I see boss as like, I'm the boss of my mind. I have the power over what I choose to create in my life. And good morning, Cherie. You guys, when you come on, tell me where you're coming on from. I'd love to know where you live. Not like your street address or anything weird like that, but just where are you from? What country? What state? I'd love to know where people are chiming in from. Anyways, I know that you guys probably have some major plans for today. It's Saturday. I know in Helena we have a lot of Halloween festivities, so I'm going to be quick about this because I'm about to take my daughter to go to some of those Halloween festivities. And I just wanted to jump on here because, you know, I was inspired to share how I know when I'm not in alignment with my soul's purpose. And, you know, the first thing I would say is you got to know that the first thing you've got to know is that it's a practice. It's a day-to-day practice, moment-by-moment practice. And when I'm out of alignment, so for example, I've been playing a really big game. My coach has me doing things that's definitely taking me outside of my comfort zone, because I'm all about expansion and up-leveling my life, you know, and then plus taking care of my own health needs, and then raising my daughter, and then I have 4 other sons. I have my husband and grandchildren, and so like you know, somebody from the outside would be thinking, oh my gosh, she's so busy. And I've actually had people tell me, you're so busy. And I love busy. I'm like one of those who love to be busy. Not to be doing to stay out of my head kind of busy, but because I'm in aligned with my soul purpose. And when I'm not in alignment with that, what happens for me is I tend to withdraw. I start avoiding people. You won't see me come on Facebook for a while unless I purposely tell you I'm not going to be on Facebook for a while, because I actually take a flex week and I don't get on social media, maybe a post here and there, but I don't spend an entire week focused on social media or into that kind of stuff, because part of my business, well, most of my business, because I'm an online entrepreneur or soulpreneur, you would say, is I spend time on Facebook. But even as an online entrepreneur, I'm not spending tons of time on social media. What I'm doing is I'm spending time on creating content to provide value for my soul tribe. So good morning, Jerome. Nice to see you on here. Hi, Mike. So anyways, so when I'm not in alignment with what it is that I'm up to, so I have a daily practice. You know, before I even crawl out of bed, I'm just like, I lay there and I acknowledge my breath and I express gratitude to God or spirit, whatever you want to call. I get in tune with that and put my hand on my heart and I express gratitude for the magical air that I'm breathing right now. And I express gratitude for my strong heart, because it's what has me here today. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine, whatever you call it. So I always start my day before I jump out of bed. And when I'm not in alignment with that, have you ever experienced where you're late for something, or you've got something you need to get to first thing in the morning, or before I knew anything about transformation mindset and soul work, like I would just crawl out of bed and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get up. I want to stay in bed. And do I got to do this today? That's not being in alignment, right? So, however, because I am all about my soul purpose and living my purpose and passion in life, so that I can make a difference in people's lives, I look forward to waking up. I don't even use an alarm. My body, when it's ready to wake up, wakes up, and bam, gratitude. And then I'm off, starting my day with meditation and then journaling, my affirmations, my intentions. So I have like this daily process, and then I create content, because I'm an artist, not like a painting kind of artist. My coach says that we're all artists. We all have artists within us, and it's just about releasing that and expressing it into the world. And so something I recently learned from her, which is also kind of tied into what I'm talking about here, is you're not in alignment with your soul purpose if you spend 80% of your time following people on Facebook or on social media, trying to figure out how they do their business, or signing up for all their programs. And there's a lot of great programs, so I'm not saying don't sign up for anything, because I'm in one now, a couple actually. Good morning, Abby, Mary, Tanya, hey girl, Tony. Good morning, guys. And I know it's brunch or it's lunchtime. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the time really. Anyways, so it's about just if I weren't doing those things in the morning and I was jumping out of bed, my day would not go so great. It's usually kind of chaotic, or I feel like I'm all over the place, and then stress sets in, and then I start getting hard on myself about it, and before you know it, I'm all up in my head, and this is where I'm not being the boss of my mindset, and I get all up in my head about how messed up my day is, and then it starts to fester, and before you know it, if I allow it to just keep doing that, then all of a sudden I'm like not getting anything done, or at least it seems that way, and I'm just doing a bunch of stuff. So that's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of overwhelmed, and it's definitely not in alignment with my soul purpose, right? So I know people experience this. I know tons of people that experience this, because if you're already saying my day sucks, or I'm bored, or I don't know what to do, or I don't have enough time, especially I don't have enough time. I hear people say that all the time. It's honestly, it's an excuse. For me, I know it's been an excuse to actually keep me from doing what I know is right for me and alignment with who I am. So we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Come on. And you can achieve a lot in that 24 hours, including 5 to 8 hours of sleep. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cold that I've been getting over, which ties into when I was not in alignment with my soul purpose. So all of a sudden, here I am. My coach has me stepping outside of my comfort zone, and it all began within the first 2-3 days of being in the program with her. And that's what happens when we decide this is what I want, and sometimes we're just unconsciously deciding about everything. But when I decided that, oh yeah, I'm totally in, I've got to do this program, because I knew it's, she like just showed up. The teacher shows up when the student's ready, right? And so she shows up in my life, and I'm just like, oh, I so love this chick. She is freaking awesome and just blows my mind. And just all the dots connect and everything's just coming together, and I'm super excited about what I'm up to. Anyways, so what do you think happens? Well, because we have a mind that just does its thing, and people just don't know about this. A lot of people don't anyway, probably a majority of the world, but people who are wealthy and successful know this. It's like this big hidden secret or something, but really it's not. Just nobody's searching for the answer. But anyway, so I decided, yes, I'm doing this program and I'm in it. I'm excited, and all of a sudden stuff starts popping up. So when I'm not the boss of my mind, and my mind decides it's going to be the boss, things start getting a little wacky and crazy. For example, like my daughter, all of a sudden she's just like constantly super interruptive, getting involved in everything I'm doing. Hi, Abby. And I mean, come on, have you guys ever experienced that? If you have, put it in the comments. Yes. Have you ever done something that takes you outside of your comfort zone, and all of a sudden just like everything goes wrong? It sucks. Anyways, so I got that going on, and I'm also creating a health program. And so I'd actually apply it to my own life before I say, hey, here's this program I want you to do, So I want to make sure that it actually works for you, not just throw it out there and hope that it'll work for you. I actually apply it in my own life, and, just work it. And then I can say, yeah, I've experienced it. I've done it, been there, done that, got the t-shirt that says it. Arlene, yes. So anyways, so when you're not in alignment, you just kind of start moping around, or you start withdrawing. Depression could set in, anxiety, overwhelm, procrastination, like all those limitations all of a sudden just show up. And so how it showed up for me recently was my daughter. it started out with that. And then that just kind of that just kind of took me out of being in alignment. And although I was still doing my daily practices, my daily process that I do every day, by midday though, I'm all of a sudden, I'm like tired, and I find myself verbalizing that I'm tired, and I need to take a nap, and you just kind of start feeling sluggish. And before I knew it, I caught this cold. So and then of course I blame it on outside world. The cold came from being around that person over there, or the cold came from because it's going around. Don't believe that lie. Like, you created your own cold because you have something going on that you're not dealing with. So anyways, so I got that going on, and then all of a sudden little thoughts started slipping in. So as you guys know, or most of you probably know, my husband works out of town, and he can be gone for bits of times. And what I've been doing is trying not to miss him. Excuse me. Trying not to miss him, and so I will tend to get caught up in thinking about things. And so all of a sudden, like, everything's just not working. It's not working in this, it's not working in that, and my health is not working. And then I start getting discouraged, and I want to give up and withdraw and not talk to anybody. And like, this is just this pattern, that goes on in life. And it just is, what do you do about that pattern? So I could sit there and wallow in that shit, or I can choose to believe that I'm the one who's the boss and do something about it. So when you have stuff coming up like that, and it's just, you're not feeling good about yourself or life, and I know look, it just said 2222. I love those divine messages. Anyways, so when that stuff comes up, what I do is I just kind of, first off, I'm paying attention to what's going on in my head first, because our voice can get very loud sometimes about everything that's wrong. And it shows up through blame, or it shows up through, what we speak, how we feel, our physical bodies. It just shows up all over the place. Nothing works. And until you deal with it, and deal with it powerfully, it won't go away. And if it does go away, it's just temporary. It'll come back until you deal with it. So you might as well just fucking deal with it while it's there, right? Why continue living like that? Have a week worth of, oh, my life is grand, and then bam, you're back into the same shithole again. Why would you want to keep doing that to yourself? I don't get it. Well, I do get it. I take that back, because I used to live like that. So, anyways, if you're getting what I'm saying, please press some hearts and let me know that you're here, you're listening, and you're getting what I'm saying, because I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying if you're not responding. Hi, Susanna. So anyways, so how do I know? Well, there you go. I just shared all of that crap that I've been dealing with. And so I just start to notice, what are the kinds of thoughts that I'm having? What am I saying to people? And one of the things that I was actually saying out loud was, I'm so tired and I'm telling this, like, to my mom and my kids, so I just start paying attention. You really just got to be aware of your thinking and what you're verbalizing. And if you don't know what you're thinking, then you're doing too much that you aren't paying attention, and you're just living your life to be living it until the day you die. So if you want to practice being more mindful about your day and be more present, it's being aware of that voice in your head. and what's going on and what you're talking about. Your environment is another great indicator of what's going on in your life. So obviously, because I was in my head about these things, with my daughter, my health, oh, I'm so tired, and I just kept recreating more of that for myself. So what do you think? If I'm sitting here frustrated, pissed off, and getting upset because my daughter keeps interrupting me while I'm working, what do you think's going to happen? I'm just going to keep getting more of that. And of course it's no fun for her, and it's definitely no fun for me. And it's no fun for anybody that is, wanting to grow their business or create wealth in their life. And then if I'm constantly saying I'm tired, well, what do you think's going to happen? I'm going to keep being tired. What you focus on really is a true thing. And if you don't believe me, check it out. Prove to me that I'm wrong. So anyways, so then I started having these sneaky little thoughts. They're insecurities from my past about my husband might be cheating on me. The seed got planted because there's some stuff going on with some friends of ours, and all of a sudden, because I'm already in this wacky space, I start to think about my own insecurities from my past. However, they don't show up like that. I don't think of them as, oh, there's my insecurity. They just start popping up like little thoughts like, well, I wonder if he's actually going straight to the house after he gets off of work. Or, I start questioning my thinking starts to plant these little seeds. So then what happens is I start to look out here into the world to see if that's true and justify that. And then I start asking questions like, well, what do you do when you get off of work? Or, you know what I mean? Just stupid shit like that. And here's the funny thing about all that. I don't know what's worse about knowing that I know this stuff or just living with it. No, I know what's worse. Living that way all the time sucks. It's painful, and it's a lonely, crazy, messed up world if you want to live there like that all the time. You can play being a victim, or you can play survive. You got to survive this game called life, or you could actually learn this stuff and practice it yourself, learn how to coach yourself, and learn about the power of our mind, the power of the law of attraction. I mean, heck, it even talks about it in the Bible, I believe. Let me just make sure. My friend talks about that a lot, how it's in the Bible. Anyways, so I'm not going to quote that as a fact, just getting that out there. Anyways, so when you really start to pay attention to your thoughts and what you're speaking out into the world and what's going on in your environment, it's a really great indicator of what's going on unconsciously. So here it is. Because I'm aware, and I don't want to stay in that crap forever. I don't. I want to break through it, move through it, and get over to the other side, because on the other side of all that bullshit is absolute delicious, yummy living, right? If you want a juicy relationship, if you want love in your life, if you want better communication and relationships with your children, if you want a kick-ass romantic relationship with your husband like I've got, or you want more money in your life, or create wealth in your life, or just have more fun and be more playful, it's all about the state of mind. If you want those things, it's because you want that state of mind of things. It's not actually you've got to chase those things to go get them and bring them to you. I mean, tell me, can you actually physically show me love out here? Can you actually physically show me, I don't know, health? Those are just words. So if you want to create for yourself and be in alignment with what it is that you want to create, then you got to start doing things that are in alignment with that, and just notice when you're not in alignment, and then just choose. So I immediately knew, okay, it started with my daughter. What's going on here? Well, it's not in alignment with my soul purpose. What do I need to do about that? Okay, well, change my thinking. What are aligned actions that I can be taking to eliminate this continuous interruption? Is there something that's missing over there with her that I need to work on? Is it maybe I need to get some childcare for a couple hours? I don't know. Like, well, I do know because I actually journaled this and wrote out exactly what's going on with me here and what is the aligned action that I need to take to eliminate the continuous negative thinking. Because there's no power in staying over there, right? There's only power in when you're in alignment with what it is that you're out to create for yourself. So to get back into an alignment, that's what I began. I began journaling. What am I thinking about? What's going on with me? Where is this coming from? And it's coming from because I'm up-leveling, I'm expanding myself into another level of my life around creating more wealth and well-being. Like the weight is just melting off of me. I'm telling you, it's been freaking fabulous because I feel so good in my skin and I love every cell of my body, every inch of it. And it's like, I never used to feel that way. It's because I've been practicing daily, reprogramming my habitual thoughts and patterns. And when they're not in alignment, I just do the work. So anyways, I know that's a lot to share. However, I really wanted to give that to you because your life matters to me. You matter to me. And you're already living a big life. Just take whatever you need from what I just shared and apply it in your life if you're not already doing so, and see what opens up for you. Miracles happen. So those insecure thoughts, what I did about that is I expressed to my husband, like, oh my gosh, like these thoughts are sneaking in and I just need to express them to you so that I can get back into alignment and have a conversation about these thoughts and feelings and then move on. I don't need his validation. I don't need anything from him, just to listen. That's it. That's all I need. You know, and that's what sucks about relationships when you don't know the work to do in them. Believe me, I know our first 14 years together really sucked. You know, yeah, we had some great moments, but it was a relationship built from past thinking, past relationships, past patterns, past childhood trauma, past this, past that. We had no chance in the world to create anything juicy. And so today we get to create our juicy relationship from nothing. And that's the beautiful thing. So anyways, all right, that's what I had to share with you. In case you didn't notice, I put my link to my free private Facebook group. It's a community of men and women. We just started adding men who wanted to pop in and expand their soul purpose as well. And so I'm excited to have men in the group. You know, it's a very empowering group. We have a lot going on. I share a lot. I give away a lot. In the realm of building a business, growing a business, starting a business, you know, unraveling what is it that your life's purpose is, or what are you passionate about. You got stuff going on in your relationship, I post stuff about that. Health, I mean, it's just a really broad topic group. And we do challenges. The challenges are absolutely fabulous. And you can find those in the unit section. Those are free to you to do, and you get support from me and a group of people who have either already done the challenge, doing the challenge. So there are different levels of doing these challenges that I do once in a while, and free content, updates, announcements, more videos. You know, they're just more private. I just share a little bit deeper there. So anyways, I would love to have you over there with me and the other amazing, beautiful souls that are there, especially if you're interested in expanding yourself and living your soul purpose. So, all right, you guys, I'm getting ready to get off here and go get my daughter dressed in her Halloween costume and head on over to the festivities. Namaste.